BlackRock billionaires met the Prime Minister in Davos, and then again in New York, and then at the Shangri-La Summit, and they've had unfettered access to staff, officials, and ministers ever since, all to discuss how they will use $35 billion tax dollars in the new infrastructure bank. Now, taxpayers have had a whole 2 hours of consultation in a parliamentary committee. Why does the Prime Minister have 2 years for the billionaires who have everything to gain, and only 2 hours for the taxpayers who have everything to lose?
The Honourable Minister of Infrastructure.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I can tell the honourable member there are a number of projects being funded in his own riding as well, through by the other government. So we are not ignoring the needs of Canadians. Obviously, we want to work with all stakeholders. We want to work with the unions. We want to work with the building trades. We want to work with Federation of Canadian Municipalities. And we want to work with private sector. We believe that a private sector can deliver more infrastructure that our communities need. If we can leverage public dollars, what's wrong with that? He may have something against private sector. We do.
Honourable member for Carleton. Order.
On to another group of billionaires. The Bombardier-Baudouin family has super voting shares in the company that give it a slim 53% control of the company. Now, they can't raise desperately needed cash by issuing new shares because they would lose their majority, and along with it, the privileges to shower themselves in money and hire family members onto the executive. So they get taxpayers' money instead from Liberal governments here and in Quebec. The Prime Minister has used $400 million tax dollars to protect these feudal privileges. Will he now join with other investors and ask them to step aside?
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Economic Development.
Mr. Speaker, our government is focused on the long-term viability and success of the Canadian aerospace sector. Our investment in research and development and Bombardier will help secure thousands of high-quality jobs in that sector across Canada. Canadians and shareholders have expressed their concerns with the remuneration package for senior executives at Bombardier. Shareholders are now taking their action and they're responding. We're watching that situation carefully, Mr. Speaker, but our investment in science and technology is sound.